Hey everybody, welcome to the Carl Gild & Associates Home Seller Seminar. There's a tremendous amount of information out there for home buyers, but not so much for home sellers. We're going to talk about the 7 steps it's going to take for you to have a successful transaction, starting with an initial consultation with a real estate agent, which is probably the most important. Then we're going to move on to preparing your home for sale, showing your home, reviewing offers, inspection contingency, moving, and finally closing. If this video is helpful to you, don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, reach out at any time for a personal consultation with me. The first step in selling your home is to consult a real estate professional. That professional will be able to help you for your specific situation. They'll be able to come into your home, talk about what your goals and your needs are, and look at your specific house to give you recommendations on what to do to prepare your home for sale, as well as plan for the logistics of moving. The initial consultation is also a great time to go over fees, your timeline, and what expectations are for both you and them, along with an overview of the whole process. They'll go over comparable properties and where to best position your home on the market so that you can sell for the most amount of money in the least amount of time. After your initial consultation, now it's time to start preparing your home for sale. Your real estate agent will give you specific instructions on what to do in terms of staging your home, cleaning your home, and other recommended items. The 2 major things are clean and clutter-free. So it's time to really clean your home to prepare for showings. And if you've got a lot of clutter, it's time to take some of that away to make things a little bit simpler so buyers can envision themselves in your home. Don't forget about the exterior of your home. Curb appeal is really important. So your agent again will give you recommendations on what to do, so if somebody's driving by and looks at your house, they're going to see it as an inviting place to stop and take a look. In preparing your home for sale, that initial consultation is important because your agent will prioritize what is important to prepare your home. It may not matter that the kids' rooms are pink or purple. It may not matter that you have a dated bathroom. It all depends on the price and where you're positioned on the market. So a lot of times it doesn't make sense to spend money on updating your home if you're still going to get the price that you're looking for. Another important item to talk about is depersonalization. Contrary to what you see on HGTV, it's important not to remove all of your family photos. A quick story, there is a house I went to and I was the 3rd agent to list this home, and I walked in and all that was there was a recliner and 1 light in the living room. And I looked around and I said, wow, where is everything? And the owner said to me, my previous agent said to remove all the personal items. And I said to them, you have to bring them all back. This doesn't feel homey. So it is really important that you don't want it to be too sterile. You want somebody as they're walking through your home to see a nice family photo and go, oh, that's a nice family, and just move right along. So now it's time for showing your home. In that initial consultation, you'll discuss with your real estate agent about when the best times to show your home is. We have an automated system that will message you when an agent wants to see your home. So you will typically get a text that says, there's a showing request for Thursday at 2. Y or N, yes or no? You have to confirm every showing. Now, if your house is vacant, you may not want to do that and just have agents come and go as they please, which is perfectly fine. But if you're living in the home, you do have control over when people come. My preference is to have next day notice for showings and for specific time blocks. When agents come and show your home, they will have access through a lockbox, and you will typically want to give them 30 to 45 minutes to view your home. If you come home and for some reason they're still there, take another trip around the block, because that's a good thing. It means that they're really enjoying looking at your home. Take another trip around the block and then come home. When you're showing your home, security is important. We have a list of everybody who's come through your home. If there were ever any issues, you can let us know and we would contact the authorities. It's definitely important to hide any medication, jewelry, or put them in an unassuming place. If you have pets, my preference is that they are always removed from the home. It can be difficult with cats. And if that's the case, we often will say that there is a cat, don't let them out or anything like that. But ideally, if pets can be removed, that will allow the buyer to have free access to view the home. It's important to talk about the showing timeline with your real estate agent. My preferred method in a busy market like it is today is to list on a Thursday, have private showings on Friday and Saturday, an open house on Sunday, and hopefully on Monday, you're reviewing offers. When it's time to review offers, that's where the fun happens. Now we're gonna see all of those buyers vying for your home. When looking at an offer, it's important to look at two specific criteria. It's not only the price, but it's also the terms of the offer. The price, obviously, is how much the house is selling for. The terms are things like your inspection contingency, your mortgage contingency, and your closing date. Those two things work together to create a strong offer. For instance, you could have the best price in the world, but if the terms aren't great, then it may not work for you. Conversely, you could have the best terms in the world, but if the price isn't great, that may not work either. So it's important to review the offers as a whole to make the best decision that you can. So in reviewing the price and terms of an offer, let's talk about the price. It's not only how much they're willing to pay, but how they're willing to pay it. So you have to look at, are they a cash buyer? Are they financing using FHA financing, VA financing, USDA financing, Connecticut first-time homebuyer financing? There's a lot of different programs out there, and they all do affect you as a seller in how they're going to pay for the home. The terms of the offer are just as important as the price. So the terms are inspections, mortgage, and closing. So inspections, what type of inspections are they doing? Are they doing the entire plethora of inspections, or are they waiving them altogether? If they're waiving inspections, that can mean a much smoother transaction for you. In terms of your mortgage contingency, how long are they looking to have it for? Are they going to get their mortgage within 30 days, 45 days? Or if it's a specific type of mortgage, like in VA or USDA, it may take even longer. But you want to ensure that they're giving themselves enough time to get that money. As far as closing date, when does it work for you? Is it on a Friday? Is it on a Wednesday? How will you do the logistics of moving? All of that plays in when you're selecting an offer. When it's inspection time on your home, here's what to expect. The inspector, buyer, and buyer's agent is going to need a good 3 to 4 hours in your home. So it's not just like a typical showing that happens within 30 minutes to an hour. It takes a long time, and the inspector is going to go through everything. They're going to check every window. They're going to check every outlet. They're going to run all of your water, your appliances. It is a full home inspection. So it's important that you are not there and that we allow the buyer, buyer's agent, and buyer's inspector enough time to go through the house as much as they want. Many times, inspections are not completed in one day. It could be that they need to come back because an inspector says that something needs further evaluation. In that case, they may come back with a specific contractor like an electrician or a carpenter to take a closer look at whatever their issue may be. Again, it's important that we allow this access so the buyers feel comfortable with the condition of the home. Once inspections are completed, the buyer's agent will submit to us what the buyer's concerns are with the home, or let us know that everything is okay. At that point, we have a couple of different options we can do. We can elect to repair things, or potentially offer a credit to the buyer in lieu of any repairs. That specific situation will depend upon what our timeline is and how things are going with the transaction. Now that inspections are completed, it's time for the mortgage contingency. An appraiser will need to access the home to value the home to ensure that the collateral is comfortable for the bank. That process typically only takes 20 to 30 minutes, and normally you can be home during it. Once the buyer receives their mortgage commitment, it's time to pack and move. All their contingencies have been met, inspections and mortgage commitment, so now you're 99% there. It's just to pack, talk to your attorney, prepare for the closing, and get out. Your agent will have recommendations on movers and all the utilities that you need to cancel to ensure that once your home is closed, you're leaving it behind. Hopefully this has given you insight in the steps it takes to sell your home. Be sure to reach out to a trusted real estate professional who can help you every step of the way.